Hi, today we're going to learn about circles. This is a pretty easy skill to pick up on, so you won't have trouble at all. Let's go ahead and look at the circle that I drew, and we'll look at some of the definitions first. The first one we have is a radius, and the radius right here is going to touch this outer edge of the circle, and it's going to go just to the middle. This is our center point, and it is O. So anywhere on this circle that you go from this outside circle to the middle, anywhere around here, that is going to be a radius. The diameter is going to go all the way across, and it's going to go from one side to the other, and it has to pass through this circle right here. So this one would be the diameter. This one is a little bit different. This is called a chord, and it does go from one edge to the other, but it's not a diameter because it does not go through that center point right here. So we have for some of the definitions, a center of a circle is labeled O. A circle is a set of points, all of which are the same distance from a given point, the center. So anywhere you have it, so if you have from here to here, it's going to be the same length of diameter as it is from this point to this point. Same with the radius. A radius is any line from the center to a point on the circle. Again, the center, and then any point on the circle is going to be a radius. A diameter is a line that has its endpoints on the circle, and it passes through the center. Here's our diameter, passes right through that center. And a chord is a line that runs from edge to edge, and here's our chord, from edge to edge. Pretty simple. So let's look at some examples. All right, the first example we have is our circle up here. And we're going to name a radius. There are several radiuses on this one. Make sure it's in there. Yes. Okay, so there's several radiuses on this one. Remember our definition for radius is it goes from the outer edge of the circle to the middle. So we can have AO, BO, or CO. So we just have to pick one of them. All of them are radiuses, but we just need one. So I'm just going to do AO. The next one says name the diameter, and I remember from my definitions, the diameter has to go from one edge to the other edge, but has to go through that center circle. This one goes from one edge to the other, but it does not go through that middle. So it's going to be AB. The next one is name the chord, and remember that one is that's the one that doesn't go through that center, EF. So here's our chord right there. Okay, our next example, let me slide down just a little so you can see it. Perfect. All right, next example is what line is not a radius? So let's look at all the ones that we have on here. So we have CO. I know that is a radius because it stops right here. This line does not continue on. It's not a straight line, so that would not be a diameter. So CO would be a radius. DO would also be a radius. AO is a radius and BO is a radius. Remember when they hit into that middle circle and the center, that is where we know that it's a radius. So we're looking for which one is not a radius. So AB would be the diameter because it goes all the way across and it does hit through that middle. The next one we have is over here. Okay. So we have a lot of lines on this one. So the question is name the diameter. So we have several on this one. The first thing I can see right here is the RS is not going to be a diameter because it does not go through that center. So see if you can figure out the two that are diameters, and then you can pause it, figure it out, and then come back and see if you're correct. Okay, well, if you're joining me back again, let's look at see what our answers are. So I know, again, the diameter is that it goes through the center. So PQ would be one example. And the other example would be MN. So if you got those, that's perfect. Great job. The next question is, if the radius is 6 centimeters, what is the diameter? So all the different radiuses that we have on here, we have 4. NO, PO, MO, and QO. All of those are radiuses. So every single one is going to be 6 centimeters. So if from one side to the middle is 6 centimeters, what would the diameter be? Well, if this right here is 6 centimeters, and this side is 6 centimeters, and remember our diameter goes all the way across, we would just add these two together, and it would be 12 centimeters. Same with this one. MO would be 6 centimeters, and NO would also be 6 centimeters, so that would be 12 as well. One more down here at the bottom. Hopefully we can get it in. Perfect. Okay, so this says if AB is 8 centimeters, what is AO? So if all the way from A to B is 8 centimeters, AO, which is just half the line, would be 4. Because that side would be 4, and then this radius would be 4 as well. And when you add them up, it would make 8. So my answer would be 4 centimeters. Okay, this next one is add a radius to the circle. So you can pick anywhere you want on this circle and you can add it, as long as it just stops right here in the middle. So I can add one here, I can add one here, here, oh, that didn't touch, there we go. Here, anywhere you want it. Those are all radiuses. And all of those would be 4 centimeters. Now it says add a diameter to the circle. So that's when you're going to go all the way across. So from here down, that would be a diameter because it went through. This would be a diameter because it goes through. And then of course we already have this one. And here's another one. So when we're connecting the two radiuses, it becomes a diameter. If you have any questions, just let your teacher know.